America needs a Republican Party that it can trust.
Senator DeMint, you've been named by Human Events Conservative of the Year, joining a very prestigious list, including Rush Limbaugh, Mike Pence, Sarah Palin, and Dick Cheney. The editorial team chose you to be Conservative of the Year because of the principled stances you've taken of bucking the Republican establishment when it came to primary endorsements, and also taking on the big spenders within your party. That certainly haven't won you a lot of friends.
No, it hasn't. It's long overdue. I'm a team player, but after watching for years a few people rule and ruin our party, America needs a Republican Party that it can trust. And as long as we have a few people who violate our principles, I think we need to fight, not to purify the party, but to have us as a party represent some core principles that we know makes America work.
How hard was it to stand on the opposite end, members in your own party, when it came to many of these primary endorsements or signature pieces of legislation?
Well, I have to admit it's been a long and painful process. I mean, friendships are really important to me, and I love my colleagues, but frankly, I just had enough. I think I was right where the rest of America is. Enough is enough. Folks, we can't keep taking home the bacon and take care of the best interest of our country. And so it was very painful. I think we're trying to, right now, restoring some of those friendships, but we're getting ready to start another election cycle, so I'm going to be doing the same thing again.
What do you think are the most crucial issues facing the country, and how do you plan to deal with them?
Well, the biggest issue right now is our debt, and I think it's a bigger issue than people in this country or even in Washington know. I don't think we have much time to do something about it. So the first thing we have to do is put in place a balanced budget amendment or something very similar that will force us to make the hard decisions. Right now, we sit down and talk about what we're going to do. We're always adding things. And no one is willing to say, we need to cut this, this, and that. If you do, you might get 10 votes in the Senate. So we have to have a discipline, an institutional discipline that forces us to say, okay, here's what we've got to do. And we can debate how to cut, but right now the only debate is how much to spend, how much to add, how much new debt. We haven't gotten on the other side of the ledger yet.
What do you think the next big fight in Congress is going to be?
Well, it'll probably be about spending because at the beginning of the year they start the appropriation season again. John Boehner has said every week he's going to bring up some deficit reducing idea, and we're going to work real hard to try to get these bills like a balanced budget amendment up on the floor of the Senate for a vote. So the other side is going to continue to try to push their agenda. But right now, with the new Congress, we've got the backstop of Republicans in the House. So stopping bad things is no longer the biggest problem we have. Now we have to actually do some good things to turn the country away from a cliff.
Next year, Congress is going to have a big vote on whether or not to increase the debt ceiling. What are your views on that vote?
Well, I think we should resist that. We need to have a showdown at this point that we're not going to increase our debt ceiling anymore. We are going to cut things necessary to stay within the current levels, which is over $14 trillion. So this needs to be a big showdown.